Most athletes warm up their body, but few wake up their central nervous system. What's up, guys? I'm Coach Ben with B3 Human Performance.
And I'm Coach Aiden, coach here at B3 and pitcher at College DuPage.
Today we're going to show you how we use max effort isometrics up to 48 hours before a game to prime you for power and precision without making you feel like trash.
During forward sled drags, make sure that you're standing tall with a slight forward lean, and make sure you're taking long, exaggerated steps that are forcing you to strike with your heels so we can target our hamstrings. During our backward sled drag, lean back, arms straight, push through your quads, and you should really feel a good burn. Next, we're moving on to FRC for our hip joints. We're doing 90-90 transfers. Make sure that you do your research and learn how to do these correctly so that we can begin to strengthen and mobilize the hip at the joint level.
All right, now that Aiden's finished his warm-up, we're gonna go on to our main lift. So most athletes at this point realize that they need to be in the weight room for their sport, but few actually know how to use it and make it work for them. We utilize a version of the maximal effort method as preparation before competition for field sport athletes via overcoming isometrics in order to stimulate the central nervous system, which then carry overs to on-field performance. So we set up our belt squat with an empty loading pin where Aiden will use his lower half to drive the carrier into the empty pins on the machine, forcing him into an isometric contraction. And we'll do this at various different heights so that we can work various different joint angles. Sets and reps are going to be pretty simple. It's going to be 3 sets of 3 to 5 seconds of maximal effort strain at 3 to 4 different heights. The only thing Aiden needs to work on is driving his legs as hard as he can into the immovable object. So we've got Aiden set up in the belt squat. We put 2 2-inch pads on each foot because as we take away, it will increase the extension of his legs. We're going to be driving into this pin as hard as you can for 3 seconds. First set, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1. Done. Good. Now he'll relax for 1 to 2 minutes. Whenever he feels fresh again, we're going to do 2 more sets at this height. Now that we remove 2 inches, he's 2 inches lower to the ground, but that's causing his legs to open up more, right? We don't have to go into a position like an actual deadlift pull from the ground. We're trying to actually mimic specific joint angles for his skill, which is pitching. So next set, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Done. Good. 2 more sets of 3 to 5 seconds at this height. We're moving the last pads, last set. Now that we're at our final height, this would be the closest to Aiden's full extension of his legs. Louis Simmons said that during max effort isometrics, the transfer of strength goes between 15 degrees either side of the joint. So while we may not be in the exact position that Aiden is when he pitches, we've touched all those different joint angles, over 90 different degrees at this point, if that's how the math adds up. Last set, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Drive those hips. Push, push, push. Good, relax. We're gonna go 2 more sets and then we're moving on.
So at the last minute, I made an audible and we decided to test Aiden's vertical jump. And in a minute, you're gonna learn why.
Now typically what we would do after our max effort movement is we do some type of box jump so that we could land up high on something and get rid of the shock and stress that collision has on your body. But for the sake of this, Aiden's not pitching anytime soon, but I wanted to show the carryover that max effort isometrics can have on the central nervous system. What was your record?
33-1.
33-1, and he jumps a 34-4 on his first attempt off the jump mat today. We use both the OVR laser and the Just Jump mat, but Aiden's most recent record is off the jump mat. All right, now that Aiden's completed his warm-up, his main lift, and his jumps, we're gonna go on to his accessory work. We keep this very low key. We've got banded tricep pushdowns. We'll do banded face pulls, banded hamstring curls, and banded good mornings. I want 100 total reps of whatever order you want to go in. The whole reason is we're trying to push some blood into your connective tissue. It's going to help you recover faster and keep everything smooth.
So that was a breakdown of one of the ways that we utilize max effort isometrics as our pre-game prep. Aiden, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Be honest with the audience now. Where did you just come from?
Baseball practice.
How long was it?
2 hours.
Would you say you feel a little bit tired from your practice?
Yeah, definitely.
After completing this whole workout, first off, how did you feel when you walked in the door?
Honestly, pretty tired, a little bit rough. Body's feeling a little bit, extinguished from the day, but
How about your mental state?
definitely a little bit rough. Coming from practice, just body's not feeling the best. Just trying to get through it and, carry about my day.
How do you feel after this workout?
Definitely a little bit better. Feel like my body's, ready to go. Definitely ready to get back out there and just get after it.
So typically when we put our athletes through these workouts, they too come in feeling the exact same way. If you were to put this on a scale of 1 through 10, 10 out of 10 times, the result is they leave here feeling energetic and ready to go. And then I just get text messages the next day, say, hey coach, I hit a bomb today. Hey coach, I threw this. Hey coach, I hit 2 bombs today. Thanks for following along today. And as always, remember, stay savage, not average.